That's true. Hi.
Hey, TYT Classics time. Apparently this is an old Bush clip.
Yes, it is from 2007. This was May 2007, about a month after I started working at TYT. I'm not in this video, but I just wanted to give you that tidbit. It's Cenk and Ben talking about Bush. Funny clip, let's take a look.
All right, so there's the CIA man, there's the budget man. Apparently there's a new one, the commander guy. No, but okay, now here's the funny part. Okay, do you know who the commander guy is? Bush.
Yeah, him.
Okay, I talked to my commander guy. That's me.
And that's what we did. We put in more troops to get to a position where we can be in some other place. The question is, who ought to make that decision? The Congress or the commanders? And as you know, my position is clear. I'm a commander guy.
And by the way, you know, when I read the headline about it, I thought, well, those liberals taking something out of context.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
Nope. Totally in context.
Yeah, he said exactly this. The question is, he's talking about the timeline, right? Mm-hmm. He says the question: who ought to make the decision, the Congress or the commanders? As you know, my position is clear. I'm the commander guy. Here
comes the commander guy. No, but the thing is, if you were going to name like, a G.I. Joe type of character or superhero or whatever it is, nobody would be dumb enough to call him commander guy.
No, they would if they were like in 8th grade. I mean, 8 years old in 3rd grade.
Right. Hey, Johnny. Who are you? Well, I'm the Apache chief. Oh, that's a good one. Who are you, Bobby? I'm the commander guy.
And then people would be like, man, nobody, and I tell you, the thing, what about it is about Bobby? It actually defies what people say about Bush. Nobody wants to play with little Bobby.
Get a load of commander guy over here.
And now we miss him.
Yeah.
He came out the other day. I didn't get the chance to do that story, and was like basically threw Trump under a bus pretty significantly. Mm-hmm. And he's like, we don't do this. This is discriminating based on religion. It's terrible. Like when Bush thinks you're a deplorable person, and Bush thinks you're not very bright, oh boy.
Yeah. I do wonder though, look, Bush, to his credit, and he was a terrible, terrible president, like one of the worst presidents of all time. But to his credit, even after 9/11, he did come out and say, like, don't attack Muslims. We don't do that. And so I really respect that. But I do wonder if he is willing to put Trump under a bus because of how terrible Trump was to his brother during the campaign.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Trump was horrible to Jeb.
Yeah. And not just to Jeb. Remember, he also viciously attacked George W. Bush's,
decision to invade Iraq.
Right, his career, his reputation, etc. Said, he was a mess. He wasn't winning, right? Yep. And so Bush then comes out and is like, oh, well, speaking of not winning, how you doing, Donnie?
Yeah.
Okay. And now that you're the commander guy, it's not that easy, is it?
Yeah.
So some old golden oldies from Bush that we referred to.
Spent all the time with the CIA man this morning, keep catching up on the events of the world. Budget man.
Budget man.
Budget man.
They never get old though. They just never get old.
Yeah.
So I was looking at a bunch of old Bush clips that you had done, and one of them that you actually did with me cracked me up because you were so fired up about it. It was about how Bush kept being referred to as a cowboy, but it was all bullshit. It was all a prop, like the ranch that he bought. He like bought it right before his campaign and then sold it right after his campaign. And like they kept talking about how he was, or taking pictures of him clearing brush.
Yep.
And he's like, what fucking brush? Like, what was he clearing the fucking brush for? Like, it was just such a funny video because you got so heated about something so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't ridiculous. I'll tell you why I got heated about it. I remember it. It's because the Chris Matthews of the world think it's all a game. And so they just, instead of telling you, hey, this is all fake, they just go along with it and they do the propaganda that the that the powerful want. So they pretend that George Bush is a cowboy. He's from Connecticut. He's a fucking cheerleader from Andover, okay? He's not a cowboy. He bought the Crawford Ranch right before he ran for president. And then everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna be retiring to the ranch. I was like, no, he's not. And you know what happened? As soon as his presidency was over, he sold that fucking prop. He sold the ranch. He just, and what I was asking is, what fucking underbrush? Why? Is there cattle on the ranch? They need the fucking underbrush cleared? Yeah. It's all a fucking photo opportunity. Yeah. And they all play along. See, I'm angry again.
You are angry.
Right, they all play along as if it's real, because those guys in the media are fucking frauds.
You know who's not really interested in owning a ranch? Like rich people, right? So, and don't get me wrong, are there rich people out there who own ranches? I'm sure, right?
I have a great example of one in a second.
Okay, but owning and maintaining a ranch is a lot of hard work. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like sitting at a desk doing a lot of like difficult analytical work. I'm talking about physical labor, right? It's you think Bush is gonna do physical labor? Like really?
He did it for the photo opportunities. Yeah. He'd go out there and he'd sweat a little bit. He'd ride his bike, and then sometimes he'd fall off the bike and choke on a pretzel. Yeah. I mean, he is just. It's unbelievable. Okay, look.
After reading 3 Shakespeares in a canoe?
Yeah. So I got to tell you 2 other super quick things. Okay, one on the ranch. There is actually one rich Republican who owns a ranch. It's Rexon Mobilson. Rex Tillerson, now our Secretary of State, former ExxonMobil CEO, of course. And he bought a huge ranch property in Texas. Of course, he doesn't tend to it. He pays people to tend to it. But I know because he complained that they were going to do fracking right outside of his ranch. ExxonMobil does a shit ton of fracking. But when it was next to his property, he's like, no, that stuff's dangerous. Oh, their fucking hypocrisy knows no bounds. Okay, the other guy who owns a ton of ranches but is a good guy is Ted Turner. He has bought enormous tracts of land, and then oftentimes will turn it over to the public and go, that's it, it's now public land, there's nothing you can do about it.
Wow.
Okay.
I like that.
Ted Turner gave $1 billion to the United Nations. Ted Turner is a man, okay? So, last thing is on the difference between Bush and Trump. So Bush, as you can tell, I mean, I can play 1,000 clips.
And I read the front page.
Don't brag about just reading the front page. That's not a thing to brag about. Anyway, so Bush is a world-class idiot. And we're not saying every Republican was a terrible president. I think George H.W. Bush was a fine president. But Bush, really, I was there. Like right up there with Harding, one of the worst presidents we've ever had. But they don't pick idiots by accident, they pick them on purpose. Both Reagan and Bush, not a lot of thoughts in their head. So you fill that thoughtless head with all the things that you want. Oh, hey, Bushie. Now, when you get to the budget man, tell him that you got to cut the taxes because it stimulates the economy. For some reason, I think Bush is not a
bad person.
He is, because I mean, I could list you the torture, what they did to John McCain, saying he is an illegal, black child, not illegal, illegitimate black child in South Carolina when he's running against him, and he does those terrible, dirty tricks, and he knows some of that or plenty of it, and he authorizes it, right? But he still but he wasn't like Trump. Right? Trump is both wrong and strong. That's a saying in Turkish. It rhymes in Turkish too, for some weird reason. Okay, and so Trump is stupid and doesn't realize it, and then he comes out with great strength. Like Bush, he knows he's a fucking knucklehead that he shouldn't nickname Vladimir Putin Pooty Poot. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Whereas Trump thinks, oh, I got this Putin guy figured out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have Putin figured out.
Putin's got you figured out.
Exactly. Trump is so stupid, he doesn't know how stupid he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see if I'm proven right about that, because everybody thinks, no, Cenk, you just don't like him. No, man, I'm telling you, it's not that I don't like him. It's that he is record-breaking stupid, and you will see, and it will be his undoing. Okay. You got me all worked up again, Casper.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
These are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I asked Americans to give 4,000 hours over the rest of your life of service to America. That's what I asked. I said 4,000 hours.
That's the way I think I communicate when I'm stoned.
Maybe he was just perpetually stoned.
This is the guys of torture, a killer, a maimer. There's mass graves, shadowy network of folks.
I love when he can't find a word and just substitute something so simple.
Although it's happened to the best of us, and it's terrible.
They're hard-nosed killers.
What is it?
Hard-nosed killers?
Yeah, what is a hard-nosed killer? Okay.
Horrible individual. Extremists. Suiciders.
Suiciders. We leave you on that.
If the job description were what do you do, it's decision maker.
All right, now with Trump, you didn't think it was possible, but you kind of half missed that guy. All right, we'll see you next time.